Like if I act the part, I'm confident. No, that's not confidence. Confidence is look at my scabs. Aren't they beautiful? Yeah. There's no difference between that and my shiny suit or my shiny car or, the backdrop to my house. Like, sure, this looks great, but that's why I share my scabs with you. There's no difference between the two. I'm a train wreck too. Sure, I like nice clothes. This looks pretty, but I'm also really ugly. I have a lot of pain, a lot of hurt. Perfect imperfections. That's the reconciliation of the scales of injustice. If I'm willing to be open and transparent about my denial, about my imperfections, about how awful I can be, not because I'm a bad person, but I have a lot of wounds and I'm working on them. If I can share that and admit that, that's self-love. Now I can be confident and come on here and be stupid and silly, and maybe you've already tuned me out and haven't even watched this because it didn't fit. Like we have this model, everything has to fit the model. If it doesn't fit the model, there's something wrong with him. I can't watch him. He doesn't have his act together. Well, no, of course I don't. No one that does this has their act together. Do you realize the people that do this kind of work, the reason they do it is because we're so messed up. That's why we do it. We've been through such hell, but we've also, not all of us, but many of us have worked our tail off to try and reconcile it. So it gives us an insight that because most people don't ever want to deal with it, and society says don't deal with it, they're struggling, and so we might know some things or do some things might come a little bit easier to us, but it's only because we're so messed up. And we've been working at it so much longer than you. Michael Jordan, he's shot 20 million basketballs. He's going to be a little bit better than you if all you did was go out and shoot hoops with your kid on a Sunday afternoon, once a week. That's the difference. That's it. We are just as broken. Now, there are many that take this seat and try and hide that from you, and you get to decide maybe you prefer that. I don't know if that's better or worse. It's just different, but you get to decide. But don't fool yourself. They're caught in this dynamic as well. Now, they may choose not to share it with you, and maybe that's better. Again, that's up to you, and everyone gets to decide that. I know, at least in my life experience, that doesn't work. This dynamic of sharing all of me. I mean, what do we want in a relationship? What is everyone's dream in a relationship? God, if someone could just accept me, what does that mean? What does it really mean? If they knew how awful I was and they loved me anyway. So to me, if you're going to take this role, you damn well better work on your denial and your scabs and share all of your pain and imperfections. Because how is anyone who's listening to you ever going to learn how to do it if you can't do it? It needs to be modeled. It wasn't modeled as a child. That's the self-esteem gap. That's what everyone's struggling with. So how do you truly get confident? You have to become an expert in healing the pain. It's two things. Healing the pain from the past that created the low self-esteem. And the next piece is becoming an expert in how you hide from yourself, how you don't show yourself the truth. You're trying to protect all those so-called bad things about yourself that you don't want to admit to yourself or others, that you've closeted off, because you have to open the door to that denial. Because remember, what do you need to do? These are the pieces of you that weren't loved. And damn it, what is self-esteem? That all of you, every aspect of you, you have inherent worth. This needs to be brought back in, and the only way that can be done is you have to become an expert in conquering your denial and seeing and admitting to yourself your perfect imperfection.